My dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Due to adverse situation caused by coronavirus, we have chosen some alternative way to be connected with you all and maintain our academic performance. Our second card of biochemistry curriculum is food, nutrition, vitamin and minerals. Of this, I shall today discuss a very popular and easy topic, that is vitamin. Each and everyone has come across about vitamin by this time. But as a medical student and further to be a doctor, you must have clear conception about vitamins and its medical importance. So now let's start with the definition of vitamin. Vitamins are chemically unrelated organic compounds that cannot be synthesized in adequate quantities by humans and therefore must be supplied by the diet. I want to clear a few points that vitamins are those substances, those organic compounds not chemically related, not synthesized in the human body adequately, therefore must be supplied in the diet or food, whatever you say. So now let's go to the classification of vitamin. According to solubility, vitamin is classified as fat-soluble vitamin and water-soluble vitamin. Fat-soluble vitamins, that is, those vitamins which are soluble in fat and fat solvents. They are A, D, E and K. And water-soluble vitamins, these are soluble in water. They are vitamin B complex and non-B complex or vitamin C. Vitamin B complex is again subdivided into energy releasing, hematopoietic and others. Now, energy releasing vitamin B complex are again subdivided into thiamine, that is the vitamin B1, riboflavin, that is the vitamin B2, niacin, that is the vitamin B3, biotin and pantothenic acid. Hematopoietic is again subdivided into folic acid and vitamin B12, that is the cobalamin. Others, pyridoxine, that is the vitamin B6, pyridoxal and pyridoxamine. Criteria of water-soluble vitamin. Firstly, it is well understood that it is soluble in water and that's why it will be easily excreted through the urine. Secondly, it is not stored in our body in large quantity except vitamin B12. Thirdly, it has no toxicity when excess intake occurs or anyone takes a lot of vitamin B, soluble vitamins, but vitamin B complex. Number 4, mainly have coenzyme functions. These are the criteria for water soluble vitamins. Now come one by one. Now we are going to go to the vitamin B1, that is the thiamine. The active form of thiamine is thiamine pyrophosphate. It is very important that each and every vitamin has got its own chemically active form. You must know the name of this active form. It is being always asked in the examination. So keep it in mind that active form of vitamin B1, that is thiamine, is thiamine pyrophosphate. Next, sources of vitamin B1. You must, in introduction, I want to make you clear that in case of sources, whenever it is asked, you have to divide into plant source and animal source. So, in respect to thiamine or vitamin B1, plant source is whole grains, cereals, that is the unpolished rice and wheat. This is the main point. Unpolished rice and wheat, and others is legumes, beans, nuts, yeast, pulses, soybean, green leafy vegetables. But the main is, as I told you, that is the unpolished rice and wheat. In respect to animal source, you have got a common few sources like egg, meat, fish, liver, egg, meat, fish, liver, milk and milk products, heart, kidney. So you can, in all the vitamin sources, in respect to animal source, you can add egg, meat, liver, such three things you can always add, because maximum vitamins are available in egg, meat and liver. Daily requirement of vitamin B1 is 1.5 milligram. Now I shall put the functions or importance of vitamin B1. As I told you that it is the vitamin B complex are coenzymes. It helps the enzyme to act. So there are a lot of enzymes in carbohydrate metabolism. It is very important. Thiamine or vitamin B1 or the active form of vitamin B1 is very much important for carbohydrate metabolism and to get the energy. In respect to particularly for the conversion of pyruvate to acetyl-CoA, it helps act as coenzyme of pyruvate dehydrogenase. And also in the TCA cycle, the popular citric acid cycle, alpha ketoglutarate is being helped by the vitamin B1. There is the ketoglutarate dehydrogenase is helped by thiamine pyrophosphate. That is two things. One is it helps the thiamine pyrophosphate, that is the B1, helps information from pyruvate to acetyl-CoA by helping the enzyme pyruvate dehydrogenase. It is very important. You must remember that pyruvate dehydrogenase is the enzyme and coenzyme is the thiamine pyrophosphate. So you see, for carbohydrate metabolism, thiamine or vitamin B1 is very important for our day-to-day energy. For the again, it has also a great role in Ashraf-uz-zaman. That is the popular term you will come across to know in metabolism while we teach you. That is, it helps in glucose oxidation in Ashraf-uz-zaman by helping the transcriptase enzyme. And thirdly, it also helps in transmission or conduction of nerve impulse transmission. So you see, it helps more or less, can we say that the food of central nervous system is basically carbohydrate. So carbohydrate metabolism is in need of thiamine. Now, after the function or importance, you can easily understand what will happen if there is deficiency of vitamin B1. If there is deficiency due to any reason, thiamine deficiency causes there is a severe deficiency syndrome found in areas where polished rice is the major component of diet. And beriberi is again two types. There is dry beriberi and wet beriberi. Dry beriberi is characterized by peripheral neuropathy, especially in legs. The features are dry skin, gradual wasting of muscles and weakness, and developing the peripheral neuropathy. And wet berry white beriberi, this is characterized by edema of legs, face, trunk and serous cavities, and subsequently develops the features of cardiomyopathy like breathlessness and palpitation. There are other two types of or varieties of beriberi. You can mention, or it is not that of important, that infantile beriberi. If a mother suffers from beriberi, her children may also develop infantile beriberi. And the other variety is the mixed edema, where both dry and white beriberi may be present. But this is not that important to mention. You can mention, or you can also omit this one. Secondly, Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. Sorry. This develops in thiamine deficiency with chronic alcohol user. This is the combination of thiamine deficiency plus a person who is chronically alcoholic. The features of these particular persons are mental confusion. In case of gait, it will be ataxia. Nystagmus, there is the to and fro movement of the eyeball, and memory loss. This is treatable with thiamine replacement, but the memory may be not completely recovered. So, about the vitamin B1, you have to remember the active form and the sources and the functions and the deficiency. This is all about the vitamin B1. Secondly, vitamin B2. B2 is riboflavin, and biologically active form is flavin mononucleotide, that is FMN, and flavin adenine dinucleotide, that is FAD. It is formed by the transfer of an adenosine monophosphate moiety from ATP to FMN. The sources. Again, the sources will be of two types, animal source and plant source. In animal source, there is the egg, meat, liver, this common, and then you add the kidney and milk. Kidney is of liver, of this riboflavin is a good source. Secondly, in case of vegetable source, these are the green leafy vegetables and peas and nuts. About functions of the riboflavin, it again acts as coenzyme in tissue oxidation reduction, that is FAD and FMN as component of electron transport system, that is ETC or electron transport system. Secondly, it is also involved in protein, fat and carbohydrate metabolism. And thirdly, it is essential for normal growth. Daily requirement is 1.8 gram. Deficiency symptoms. Deficiency symptoms is dermatitis, cheilosis, that is the fissuring of at the corners of the mouth. Glossitis, that is the tongue appearing smooth and purplish. There are three deficiency symptoms. One is dermatitis, another is cheilosis, another is glossitis. It is often prescribed in our day-to-day practice. So you have to understand what is cheilosis. Cheilosis is the fissuring at the corners of the mouth. And the glossitis, that is the tongue appears smooth and become purplish. So these two things is very important for our day-to-day practice. Again, so this is the, in case of riboflavin, you see that the FMN and FAD is the active form. This is the active form in the source. Animal source is kidney, liver, milk, and vegetables, green leafy vegetables, peas, nuts, and beans. These are all. In function, basically, it's coenzyme, and it is very important for the electron transport system. You have to remember these few things, and you are very much day-to-day you'll face that the cheilitis, glossitis, and dermatitis occurs due to the deficiency of vitamin B2. Now, I want to go to the vitamin B3 or niacin or nicotinic acid. That is the active form is NAD and NADP. NAD stands for nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, and NADP stands for nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. So after the active form again comes the source. There is the plant source and animal source. In case of plant source, it is unrefined and enriched grains and cereals, legumes, green leafy vegetables. And animal is liver, kidney, meat, etc. This is very important for your MCQ question, that it has got endogenous synthesis. Niacin is little amount is produced in our body system. There is the endogenous system. The question is, what are the vitamins are endogenously synthesized? So one is niacin. If you cannot remember anything of it, but you remember two things. One is the active form, and another is the that it is synthesized in our body. It can be synthesized in our body from tryptophan. There is amino acid. Tryptophan 60 mg gives 1 mg of niacin. That is 60 mg of tryptophan gives 1 mg niacin. Now comes the function. Function is same, that is the coenzyme in oxidation reduction process. NAD acts as coenzyme of lactate dehydrogenase, pyruvate dehydrogenase, and ketoglutarate dehydrogenase. Secondly, NADP acts as a coenzyme in reductive biosynthesis of fatty acid and in pentose phosphate pathway. Thirdly, concerned with energy metabolism. In deficiency disorders, there is the pellagra. It is characterized by 3 Ds. You can remember it: diarrhea, dementia, dermatitis. So it is easy to remember the deficiency of niacin, that 3 things occurs. One is diarrhea, another is dementia, another is dermatitis, which is the characteristics of pellagra. So I hope these 3 will be very much easy for you to remember. And lastly, I'll talk few words about pyridoxine. That is the vitamin B6, which comprise the 3-in-1. That is the pyridoxine, pyridoxal, and pyridoxamine. Active form is pyridoxal phosphate. This is important. Active form of vitamin B6 is pyridoxal phosphate. Source is egg yolk, fish, milk, meat, cabbage, and tubers. So remember the active form and the source. Daily requirement is 2 mg. Daily requirement is 2 mg. And function is the same as coenzyme for transamination and deamination reaction in protein metabolism. Helps in decarboxylation of histidine and glutamate. Thirdly, helps in synthesis of catecholamine and serotonin, and helps in synthesis of heme. In deficiency, it develops peripheral neuropathy and anemia. Before I conclude, I want to give you a very important information regarding this vitamin B6, that whenever in tuberculosis isoniazid drug is prescribed, that drug may cause peripheral neuropathy. So whenever this drug is prescribed, we usually with that drug to avoid this peripheral neuropathy, we give or prescribe vitamin B6. In newborn infants, formulas of low in vitamin B6 and women taking oral contraceptives and in alcohols also we prescribe a little bit of vitamin B6. So these are about up to vitamin B6 of soluble vitamin. We shall continue with the next few water soluble vitamins. Till then, you please go through the books particularly living course, and we will feel pleasure if you have any thing to ask questions by any media on process. You can contact with me and ask any question or understanding. Thank you all. Be safe and sound. Allah Hafiz. Thank you all.